Hello everyone, it's Stephen from On The Move. Welcome to this week's virtual activity. Hope you enjoyed last week's activity. It's a bit more of a challenging one for you. This week we're going to do an activity that focuses on throwing, our coordination and a little bit of balance. So don't need too much equipment this week. All you need is ideally a soft ball or anything round and that's light. So today I've got two sponge balls, which I'm going to use, but anything you've got, a tennis ball, anything round and light will work. If you're doing it indoors, where there's no wind, like we've got a little bit here today, you can use a balloon. I'd use two versions, one just a normal balloon, and one to make it a bit more harder. If you've got a balloon and just wrap some tin foil around it, it'll make it a bit more weighted and a bit more challenging, which will make sense once we go through the activity in a little while. So we're going to be using all of our body today, so it's important, as always, to have a good warm-up to loosen all our muscles and our joints to begin with. Okay, so to start with, just going to do a little gentle march on the spots. Keep up nice and tall. Again, if you're seated, just move your arms and legs as you can. Do this for around at least 30 seconds. If you can, just bring your knees a little higher. Good. And then focus on the arms moving a little bit quicker. Or bigger movements. That's good. Let's get our knees a little higher again. Fantastic. A bit of sideways movements next. I'm just going to take 2 steps to the side, 2 steps back to the other side. Let's do this a few times through, probably about 5 times each side. Again, we'll do one more each side. And this time I'm just going to add arm movements of each step and back the other way. Good, one more each side. Fantastic. And then loosen our ankles up a little bit. What we can do is touch your toe to the floor in front and then touch your heel down to the floor. So touch your toe, touch your heel. We'll do 5 on each foot. Good, and we'll do the same on the other foot. Fantastic. I'm just going to go into another march on the spot. And let's add some bicep curls. Just keeping that back up nice and tall if you can. Good. And as we're going to be stretching our arms out during the activity today, I'm just going to lean one side, bring your arms up, back to the start, and to the other side. Good. Again, 5 each side in total. Two more each side. One more each side. Good. And next we're going to do some side bends. Start on our arms by our sides, slowly down one side, back to the middle, down to the other side. Again, looking to do 5 each side. Good, we'll just do one more each side. Good, just loosen our arms a little bit more, just a little bit punching on the spots. Good, and upwards too. shoulder raises, shoulders up and relax down. So do 5 of them. Good, 2 more. Brilliant. Hopefully you're a bit more warmed up now and feel a bit more loose, ready for the activity. So we're going to start with a larger ball with the easier option. Again, if you're indoors, use a balloon. Anything soft and round or light and round that you have. Can be an ordinary football if you wish, if you're happy using that. So to start with, again, seating or standing, if you're able to throw. To start with, just going to do 2 hands throwing the ball up and catch. So we can try and see if we can do 10 in a row without dropping it. To start with nice little throws to begin with. Good, and then to make it a bit more challenging, I'm just going to try and throw it a little higher in the air. Good. You start with a little bend in the knees to help you throw it higher. And go for 3 more. Well done, good. Hope you're catching them okay and getting on with it all right so far. So next, to make it another option is trying to catch it with 1 hand, which might be slightly more difficult, but we'll give it a go as best as we can. So you can even throw it with 1 hand if you wish. So I'm going to try and do 5 on this side first. It's a lot more difficult. Got to keep an eye on it better. 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Okay, if you're doing this indoors with a balloon, or if you've got a non-windy day and you're doing it outside of a balloon, you can practice just keeping it up in the air and catching each time. It's a bit more difficult with a ball. But if you're doing it out of a balloon, that'll be good challenging. So this time I'm going to go on to the other hand. Good. And we'll do a few again each hand individually, but trying to throw it a little bit higher. Keep your eye on the ball at all times. Ooh, nearly dropped that one. We'll do the same on the other hand. Fantastic. Then we'll go on to the smaller ball. Again, starting, it's 2 hands, throwing it up, catching it. It's a bit windy outside, it's more challenging because it's more likely to move. Really got to keep your eye on it. Fantastic, I'm going to go a little bit higher. Good, and we'll go to 1 hand as well. Ooh, nearly dropped it. And same on the other side. Ooh, that was close. So 2 more. Okay, so now we're going to make it even more difficult. We're going to try and use our feet to keep the ball up, okay? So, start with the ball in your hand. This will be a lot more difficult than your hands, but you can do the best you can. See if you can get 5 in a row, keeping the ball up as the target, okay? So my first attempt is 3, not too good, is it? Okay, so that was 10 that time, which is a lot better. Okay, if you're doing it indoors with a balloon, it will be a little bit easier. So same outside, if you've got a calm day, have a go with a balloon, because it will be easier than a football. So the heavier the object, the harder it is to keep up. And again, if you're using the balloon inside, have a go with the foil wrapped around version, because that will make it a little bit weighted and a little bit more challenging for you. Okay, so have a go kicking the ball up. Right, it's enough of me showing off my mediocre football skills. So a few varieties you've got there. You can try with a smaller ball, which will be very difficult. But just to give you all a laugh back at home, you can watch me attempt to kick up the small one. I'm going to attempt 3 this time, so I can't imagine I'll do much better if as good as that. But we'll give it a go. Ooh. Managed 5. It was a pure fluke. If you can do 5 with a smaller ball, you're completely awesome. You're awesome anyway. Great, so hopefully you've got a few options there to do with the balls. Throwing, catching, a little bit of kicking skills if you can. For anyone that's unable to throw or kick, you can practice just passing the ball or balloons to them. Let them get a feel of the different textures of the different objects. And the ramps we've used in previous sessions, potentially get them just to roll down the ramp to you just for that engagement. Yeah, that's about all. Another great activity. And we'll finish up with some stretches. So to begin with, just going to stretch our arms up to one side. Trying to hold that for 10 seconds. Good, slowly relax down. We'll do the same on the other side, holding it for 10 seconds. Good, slowly relax down. Now stretch our shoulders next, just bring one arm across, just support it with the other. Good, relax down, same on the other side. Good, and just stretch your arms out in front. Good, then we'll bring our arms up and just bring them back just so we're stretching the front of the upper body. Again, hold it for around 10 seconds. Good, and relax down. And I'm just going to face our feet pointed one side, just lean forward, slightly bigger stride, just feeling a stretch in the groin there. Good, relax, same the other side. Good, and relax from that. Next one, keeping our legs straight, just going to slowly stretch down to try and touch our toes. Slowly back up. Then we'll stretch the lower part of our legs, show you side on. Just bring one leg back, the heel on the back foot, just push down into the floor. Hold that for 10 seconds. Good, and same on the other side. Good, and relax from that. Again, hope you enjoyed the activity. A bit more challenging this week than the other weeks we've done so far, but it's good to test and try new things. Great to see you all again, and I look forward to seeing you next week for another fun and inclusive activity.